You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Casting on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regret. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey,
searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I call for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, it is, of course, game number, I guess what we're going to call this is game number 3 for this week already. We're kicking off with some killer action as it's going to be Astra Infninite taking on Phoenix. And I'm joined by the delightful man himself, goes way back, Mr. Dallas. How are you doing?
I'm good, Nick. I can't wait for this game to start and just to get in the groove of things again, and with you, nevertheless.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a long while since we last casted together, so definitely want to be able to jump in. I know you've been hounding me. Initially, this game wasn't going to be sitting in your corner on the casting desk, but I guess stars lined up, right? And I'm just really glad to have you here today. But more so, I'm glad that we're going to be able to jump into this tournament with such fire teams. We've got Phoenix taking on Astra. And maybe just to highlight these two teams, I mean, they've got a lot of history, don't they, Dalray?
It's two heavy hitters, Nick. If you look at both lineups, you have the ex-Bravado team that is an Astra, so Kovs Rahil. You have Ollie there on that team, and then Lithium that goes now to Daru. Exceptional team. On the other side as well, you've got Mickey from Ian, Frosty that came from Ian as well, and then Schemes from Vinco, nevertheless. So these two teams are stacked, and they're going to go head-to-head. I don't know if I think there's animosity between them, so we're going to see a hell of a game.
I think a lot of people are touting these two teams for the top of that clash, and I guess one of the teams that also contending for the top, we got to watch them a little bit early in the week. That was White Rabbit Gaming. Some people said they were a bit flaky. Some might have said that they were just toying with their opposition. However, these two opponents are not going to be toying with one another this evening. It's all about what they're going to be able to do, but why not set the precedent for it by taking a look at the maps? And the maps, in terms of round number 2, they went through essentially that ban and protect phase. No, that's Black Ops 4, ladies and gentlemen. They obviously went through the veto process to get this one sorted. Gunrunner. Going to be Hardpoint, Arklov Search and Destroy. Then we're going to Hackney Yard Domination. And we've got Double St. Petrograd. We're going to go to the train stations to end it off if it's going to take it that far. Taking a look at those maps just in terms of an overarching outline. What are your thoughts there going into that one, Dalray?
Well, Nick, if we're looking at Hardpoint, especially on Gunrunner, we're looking at P2 and P3. Those rotations are going to be so important. How much time are we going to get from P2? Obviously, P1, a very, how can I say, hill that's left open, more attention on the rotation for P2. And then I do want to see from both sides who rotates early enough for P3, because we know it is very, very difficult to break.
100%. And going into this game, I think we've got around about 2 minutes before we kick things off. So, from the chat, I do want to find out from you guys. We obviously like to get you guys engaged where possible. I want to find out a couple of predictions from you guys in the chat at the moment. Before we revert to the chat, do you have any predictions from your side, Dallas?
From first map, knowing we need to take into account that these teams are going to be hosting on their own servers. So we've got, I think it's maybe someone from Astra's hosting, I don't know who. So their host, next map will be hosted then by Phoenix. But just going off what I think is going to happen, I do think Astra's going to pull it through. I don't think it's going to be too far, but I think it's going to be in a 250, 210 scoreline.
Okay. And overall? Are we going to make that bet just yet?
Nick, put me on the
That's what the chat's doing.
Don't put me on the spot just yet.
Yeah.
But I'll get back to you. We'll see how map number 1 goes. And after that, I'll make my call.
Okay, cool. Well, you're going to play it slow, cautious, and steady. I'm going to go, because everybody in the chat is doing the overall, I want to say, you know what? I'm all about upsets here today. I'm backing the boys from Phoenix to come up with an upset. Let's see what happens. But without delay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing 3-1 Astra from Braden. Ignite saying 3-1 Phoenix, 3-1 Astra. We've got easy claps being said in the chat. Well, let's see exactly how easy that's going to be as we cross to Gunrunner Hardpoint. Let's get this one moving. Dalray, it's happening. We're finally back casting together, man.
We are finally there. I think it's been about a year since we've been going. This is like maybe our first time in this game casting together. So I don't know if that analytics are correct, but I can't wait for this to start. And I think the best person to maybe start off with is maybe Daru on the other side from Astra.
All right, so let's take a look at the man himself, Daru, a.k.a. Lithium. And at the moment, looks like he got the full blast of the commentator's curse. It does look like, once again, the mini-map has not come into focus just yet. But as soon as we cross over, there we go. We're back in the action. At the moment, it's all about those rotations. Now, Dalray, take us through what the players are thinking at the moment.
Well, currently you can see player numbers, I don't know on your side, but we can see Lithium. He's already gone for that rotation. And you can see he's right at the back of P2. And it is Phoenix that's going to have to get that reading now. And I think this might just be a bit too late. As you can see, they're rotating over. Pick comes there. It's all Phoenix at this time on your kills feed there. But as I said, Lithium did the hard work at the back.
Yeah, Lithium definitely did the hard work at the back, and at the moment is continuing to do so, trying to prevent those rotations from Phoenix coming in. You can see player number 2, that's Frosty. He's got a very important role to play at the moment. Currently going 4-1 with 3 kills in the back pocket. As now he has an option just to hold on tight. And do you know what he's going to be doing here? He is just going to make sure that his teammates can come through, that they can get the rotation. Now keep an eye on the mini-map on the bottom left-hand corner. They are going to try break this site as a unit. And this is that high-level play that we're talking about from the South African players here today. And at the moment, it looks like Frosty's going to be able to pick up one. Will he be able to follow up? And Duro does exactly that. Eventually will get taken down. The heal is currently going in favor of Phoenix, who have done a really good retake here, it seems, but it's still very heavily contested.
Indeed, so with 35 seconds left in this hill, we're going to be looking at rotation. You can see player number 1 there, Mickey, has spawned up and he's said, well, stuff that, I'm going to next. And we can see he's followed closely by his teammate Schemes there. And the only threat thus far is player number 7, that is Rahil on my screen. But he gets 2 kills, so a bit of a light from Astra there. Ooh. Going into rotation to P3.
Well, I'm looking at player number 8 at the moment, and that's Ollie. He's currently working his way from behind and gets himself into a fantastic position. However, he fails with essentially a huge storm there push coming from Phoenix Gaming. Now it's going to be down to this Astra lineup to try pick up these rotations. They're going to try force the way into Warehouse, but as you see, Schemes actually coming up on the spawn, which does mean that they keep control. And this is going to be a big heal here for Phoenix.
It is indeed, and if they can maybe push it as far as possible, as the rotation after this are going to go over to Cargo, and if they can get even more points there, it's going to put them in a perfect situation going into that also crucial P5. And if it gets there with that lead that they can build, I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Astra.
Yeah, this has been great play by Schemes. You can see he was just holding it tight on that rail cart, and at the moment picks up that scrap time needed, turns around, spots Covs there. Covs comes out on top of that one, as now it looks like Pluto is going to be the furthest person forward for Phoenix. And he's trying to get those early rotations, as you can see, coming in for the challenge on the opposite side. It's going to be Lithium, and let's see what he's going to be able to do.
So crucial, these kills coming in there. You can see Pluto just ducking and diving, finding one in the hill, and he's getting backup from his team. So this is great play by Phoenix. They're making sure they're getting all the presence, but just keep an eye on that mini-map yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Player number 8, Ollie does die now, but so crucial to keep that. As you can see, player number 4, Schemes, he's just making sure the rotation doesn't come through, because we know how difficult it is to break next hill.
Absolutely. Huge, well, let's just say it's a heavily contested hill at the moment. And if we want to take just a bit of a step back, have a look at the top side of your screen. Currently, it is 103 to 53. And I've been so grappled by the action that I haven't even thrown on the overlay. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. And at the moment, it is going to be Phoenix in the lead up against Astra. And that's absolutely massive for this game number 1 so far. Will Astra have what it takes to come back in this one? I think they're going to need to look to Ollie to try pick up some more heal time on these rounds. And at the moment, Phoenix, once again, you talked about the rotations. They keep on getting those earlier rotations from their opposition and actually are structuring themselves pretty well.
Yeah, the structure from Phoenix is tremendous. They're locking things down, and you can see how difficult it is for them currently. Frosty is 20-9, exactly the player that he is. He is showing what he can do, captain there from Phoenix, and he's just going with it. And this might be the break Astra's looking for, as the first one in there is Hypes, but he gets shut down. And again, it looks like a great hold from Phoenix.
Absolutely massive hold. I mean, Lithium really did his best to try work his way in there. Unfortunately for him, he gets shut down. Scheme's going to be able to pick up the last bit of time as well as a kill, as Covs now breaks open the door and says, you know what, I'm going to get greeted once again by Schemes, his SMG. So...
Nick, just again, just look at how Phoenix is set up. Again, we know P1 is not going to be very contested, and we all want to make sure about the rotation to P2. And yet again, look at Phoenix. They're set up, and it just feels like Astra is a bit too slow on the rotation.
Yeah, a little too slow for Astra at the moment, and it does look a little bit disjointed. I mean, even those words coming out my mouth when it comes down to Astra Gaming is a bit tough to say, because this has been a team that has seemingly been coordinated year after year, month after month, week after week, and at the moment they're being essentially driven apart by this Phoenix team. But taking a look once again back at the scores, it is going to be the Astra team currently on heal. They've forced Phoenix into that back spawn. They're far away at the moment. Rotations have to be brought into mind here at the moment, as Pluto tries to break some heal time, tries to get some back for himself. But this is going to be a big mounting comeback here from Astra.
Yeah, it is indeed, and I do think if Lithium, Daru, and Ollie is going to pick it up, I think this game is going to come also close. Well, it's not that far to begin with, 135 to 120 now, climbing for Astra, as they do get in the hill, but again, Phoenix is there to trade that out. But again, Nick, if Astra is going to take this, it's just going to be down on Ollie and Lithium picking things up slightly.
And to be honest, there was a little bit of a confusing push there for me. I saw two of the Astra players, I believe one of them was Hypes a little bit earlier, going into that heal, essentially just two of them against the 5, and hoping to get a chance there just to be able to create a disturbance. Something that you don't necessarily see from the Astra squad too much. They're usually a little bit more cohesive as a unit, but at the moment, talking about cohesive units, it's going to be Phoenix trying to make their way into the hill, but Astra by themselves, all these points necessary to get their way back in. 20 points is essentially the differential. Going into the next hill, it's actually going to be Astra in the lead.
Yeah, almost huge plays there from Hypes, but unfortunately does get out on that rotation. But for the first time now, it is Astra taking the lead, 150 and counting to 146, that from Phoenix. But now they need to make sure they lock down Kovs. He is in the dangerous position to make this break, and again, to maintain that lead.
All right, at the moment, Schemes is shut down between a rock and a hard place, essentially, there with two players on either side. But Duro is currently on a 5 spree, and this is exactly what the Astra team needed. This is what you said. It's going to come down to Ollie as well as Lithium to try pick this one up. Just for those joining us at the moment, Duro is Lithium. And don't worry, I complained about the tag too, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to rock out the Lithium tag for right now. It does look like he's going to be able to pick up his second, make this 8th kill in a row. He's on an absolute streak at the moment as Astra take the lead in this, the very, potentially closing seconds of the game. It looks, it's looking a lot better from the Astra team.
It is indeed, and that's exactly what you want from your boy Daru. As I mentioned before, he is one of the winningest Call of Duty players in AZ. I think he has the most titles behind himself. And as you can see, again, picking up 2 kills. They're on a 10 streak for him now. And you can clearly see with the scoreline, he picked things up, and Astra firmly in the lead.
Oh, dude, just slow it down, Lithium, you dirty, dirty man, you. As currently on 11 streak, the man has been seemingly unstoppable in the second half of this hardpoint. But now, with those points slowly but surely ticking more and more in favor of this Phoenix team, we're going to need to see a little bit more from Astra here. This is going to be a nail biter, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to come down to the wire, 190 to 187 and counting, and this might be another lead change. Yes, and here we see the lead change. Again, the rotation, very, very important. If you're looking at that minimap, 2 players from both sides currently contesting that, and it looks like it is going to be Astra that comes out, but still Mickey down there at the back. They can take him out, and they do just that. And I think this might put Astra firmly ahead.
Did this man find an armor box and start putting on plates, because he seems unstoppable? It seems
2 hills and he still hasn't died.
Seems unstoppable at this point, as he's going to be able to pick up one outside of Forklift. Will eventually get taken down, and that's going to be none other than Mickey, who eventually shuts down the door on him on that side. Now, as we cross over, it is Astra in the lead, but the hill is currently contested, as the Astra team is going to do their utmost here to try to defend this one off. It is Roasty, my Toasty, who will get taken down on the hill. 30 seconds, they have to push, but it's not going to be enough on this final hill.
It is indeed, and we're going to have to look at rotation here. Yes, Phoenix doesn't want to give away too much points here, so they're going to go in for that contest. But how crucial is it going to be, as you see, player number 9 and number 6 spawning up for Astra, and this might just be the nail in the coffin, Nick.
This is huge. Both players from Astra get taken down. Now is the opportunity for Phoenix to come up with a massive hold. There's players pouring in out through the right-hand side, and at the moment, it is going to be the railway line of sight that is going to be so important to contest. Players on the left-hand side. Pluto hasn't picked him up just yet. He will notice his teammate getting taken down. Now on the far left-hand side, it's none other than Raheel that is going to try get the oversight over his teammates on this mid-hill. Furthest forward is Frosty. He will get taken down. It's only a matter of seconds now. Astra need to be able to hold on for this one.
A couple more seconds and they're going to take this.
Who's going to jump in?
One more second gets in.
Oh!
And that is it. Look at, come on, give me some credit. Look at that scoreline.
Wow, very, very well played there, has to be said. And at the moment, if this is the pace that we're going to start things off with, I can't wait to see what is going to be able to follow on. I mean, from Phoenix's side, they got off to an absolute flyer, and especially in considering how they were shutting down their opposition. However, you can never rule out Astra. And at that moment, they showed exactly why they are the team to beat in the tournament. As Astra take match number 1 here, it is going to be a difficult task to knock down their momentum. As at the moment, it is going to be map number 2 that we're going to be crossing over to. I believe we got a little bit of a change of hosts. So we're going to make sure that we can hold tight and make sure that we can check up with the teams. But, Delray, that game number 1, as crazy as it was, what are your thoughts going into this game number 2? Having a look at the map, it is going to be Arklov Search and Destroy.
Well, let's just speak about this crazy map that's just passed. Phoenix had the best start that you can possibly think. Their game was flawless up to, well, let's say the second half of that hard point. They got the rotations down, they got the kills. Yep. But then something changed with Astra. They just came back. And that started with Lithium Daru. With 29 and 21, he started very slow. He went on a 12 streak. He only died after 3 hills. Yeah. So it just shows you need someone like him to step up and then turn this whole thing around. And it ended with him, and basically that's what won them this game.
And that's one thing that's really just a telling difference between, I guess, newer players that are showing themselves to be talented players down the long run, and those players that are really experienced. We all know Lithium in terms of the past. He's shown himself time and time again, and it's not harping on your score, right? I mean, if he was one of those players that looked at his scorecard, and then you'll see a lot of players during those moments, they almost condense. They try play safer. No, Lithium from his side, he made sure that he took up that mantle and said, you know what, I'm going to step up. That's exactly what you want to see from your leaders in your team, and a great performance from him. I mean, overall, I think going into the Search and Destroy, it's going to be a very, very tight one. Now, Arklov, we've got lots of long lines of sight. We're going to be able to see those sniper rifles potentially come out. And looking at the sniper rifle players from either one of those teams, is there anybody that you're leaning in favor towards?
Well, I don't know. It depends who's feeling it on that night. I'm going to maybe look at Raheel if he does pick up a sniper and he's going to be utilizing it. But yet again, Nick, just taking that hard point to this S&D, I don't think that any team is really going to say this is our map, just because, again, there's a host swap. Yeah. And I do think if you're Phoenix right now, you need to take this map on your host.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is Search and Destroy. It's a little bit bittersweet when Search and Destroy is on your host. And you have to try play around, I guess, your connection to a certain extent, but it's not necessarily as predominant as it is in respawns. Of course, when it comes down to online, you've got that coming in. So definitely one of the things, guys, we're trying to get lands going down in the future. But for right now, you've got to play around the online side, and host is very much a clear point of view that you need to be able to try prioritize yourself around. How they're going to do that on Search and Destroy, we're going to have to wait and see. One thing that I know I need to do from my side of things before we actually do the crossover is I need to go into Codcaster and make sure that I swap these two teams around before I get that completely wrong. There we go. But thanks to Modern Warfare for coming in with that quick swap button. Makes my life a hell of a lot easier as a caster. And going into the Search and Destroy, I know we were doing the map-by-map predictions, right? At least, Delray, you were from your side of things. You got it pretty close there.
I was 10 points off.
10 points off, yes, indeed. But going into the Search and Destroy, What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to be coming out on top?
Well, I did say I'll give you a series prediction after that map, and I'm going to give it 3-1 to the guys from Astra.
Yeah.
I do think this S&D is going to go the way of Phoenix. One, for the fact that it's on their host, and two, I think that they're a bit more well-rounded we saw clearly with rotations and how they were set up. So we're looking at the organization of their play. So I might say the same thing with the S&D. So I think they're going to take this S&D 6-4. I don't think we're going to see around 11, but I do think it's going to be 6-4 for this one.
All right. Oh, it looks like he's Allegiance on this map, so I might need to swap around once again just to double check. So
this whole squad looks like Allegiance.
Yeah, it's Aliwa on Allegiance. So just give me a second, guys, while I take a look at this. I just need to make sure that means it would be the same. Is that correct? The players are messing me around, ladies and gentlemen. Players are messing me around.
Well, while you sort that out, Nick, chat, I think I want to get you guys involved here. I had a couple of chats here with both sides. And we have to the two powerhouses, and most of the players that we are playing, or that's currently playing here, has been here from the start. We have Kovs, we have Frosty that's been here since he's 12. He's now 19, so he's been here forever.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think out in the community? Who's that next Kovs? Who's that next Frosty?
Great question.
We want to see them, make that rise. Obviously, they want to be their own person. They want to be. Said I'll play like Kovs or I play like Frosty, but who is those players in the community? I would like to know. I would like to read up, but yeah, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely going to keep an eye on the chat on that one. I mean, that's one of the things that I really wanted to be able to highlight in this tournament is that one of the things strangely enough, that I'm really excited about, and just once again, maybe to break down the context of the tournament, is that currently we've got essentially the group stages, the round robins taking place. So further from this, after this takes place, we've got the Challenger, which is a double elimination series where players are going to be competing for a 3,000 Rand prize pool. And then further from that, the top 8 players from groups, or top 8 teams rather from groups, will be competing for 10,000 Rand in the Premier Knockout. But when it comes down to the Challenger Knockout, I'm really excited to see who are those future players that are going to shine through. Who are those players that you need to keep an eye on? Because that, for me, gets me really excited. Even if you're an MGO or you're a team owner at that point, this is your perfect scouting ground, right? I mean, this is your opportunity to really delve deep as we cross into the gameplay.
Yeah, it is indeed. And here we can see we're jumping on a board with Mickey from the start. And we'll see what bomb site they pick to go here. And we can see it's going to be a push from their side. And just looking at what the players are rocking, from Lithium, we've got the sniper in his hand, and the sniper on the other team is Mickey.
Yeah, so Mickey's got quite the role to be able to contest there. So I will be bringing up scores for you, ladies and gentlemen, or rather the overlay just in a second. Multitasking is tough, ladies and gentlemen, but for right now, it does look like, ooh, Mickey narrowly missing out on a shot there.
Both snipers trying to get each other, but the flank does come in. Player number 9, that is Ollie on my side.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same on yours, but we can see he did get that kill there, and a bomb has gone down. But now they're going to work on a 3v4 situation, make that a 3v2, with Ollie and Rahil trying to turn things around here.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a tough task for them, but at the moment it does look like Phoenix starts things off with a fiery beginning in this one. As essentially, if you just join us, ladies and gentlemen, it is Astra that have the lead, but it was a little bit of a nail-biter, to be honest. I mean, Phoenix starting off essentially rising strong, and Astra pulling them down and putting them essentially in their place. But now Phoenix with opportunity, currently 1-0 in their favor on the search and destroy. Welcome, everybody. This is, of course, the Call of Duty Community Clash presented by the good folks at ACGL, taking care of business. As it looks like, once again, on the attack, it is going to be Astra. And who do you want to jump on board with here?
And this time I'm jumping on board with Lithium. He had the sniper on the defensive side. Now with the attacking side, he's rocking the MP5. A couple of nades, the trophy system goes down. But some sort of the same push that Phoenix has done the previous round. But player number 4 from Phoenix, he's making a big rap.
Yeah, going to be making a big wrap around here, but at the moment, Lithium is going to be playing a little bit sneaky. He gets up behind both, but will be able to duck down in time. As he tries to play that position, makes his opposition a little bit uncomfortable. At the moment, we are down to essentially a 2v3 situation.
Yeah, it's the duo on Phoenix. Frosty and Mickey up against it. Now Frosty only he sees Ollie in front of him, or just his outline. That's what we see, but I don't think he knows he's there. The flash does come in from behind him, and he's going to plant the bomb. He does get the bomb planted. It's Rahil versus Frosty, and Rahil comes out on top and making things all square.
Yeah, making things all square indeed. At the moment, it is Rahil that picks up that final kill on Frosty. And Frosty, so far in the series, we actually managed to get a view of him on Tuesday. Absolutely came out on top of that one, looking phenomenal. I think he might have had a slow start to Search and Destroy previously, but at the moment, I wouldn't rule him off. Coming out of that hard point hot. Let's see what they're going to be able to do on the opposite side. Of course, when it comes down to Search and Destroy, defending and attacking teams, 2 bomb sites, 1 bomb. And essentially 5v5. So at the moment, it does look like it's an even spread coming in from this Phoenix squad. And I really do want to jump on board with Mickey just to see what he's going to be able to do with the sniper rifle in hand.
Yeah, we're seeing him. He's just trying to catch a... let's see a sight of someone, but that was just too faint for him to get that shot over. He does see a head there again. But again, Nick, if we're looking at that mini-map, look of 2 players of Astra currently still on that rotation. He does pick one. He does pick up the kill there. Sniper takes out the sniper, and this is where you need to work around your sniper now and possibly get the bomb down with some smokes.
Absolutely, but it is currently, as Kovs picks himself up 1 to get back in. It is a 3v2 in favor of the defending team, or rather 4v... What is that? 2-3? 4v3. Maths is hard. Yeah. All right, so 4v3. Roasty brings it back as he picks himself up 1. At the moment, it is a little bit of a stalemate outside this A-bomb site with 25 seconds left on the clock. They're going to need to make a move, and they're going to need to do it quick. I'm actually looking towards Roasty at the moment to try and make a wraparound. He's got himself in a little bit of a gunfight on that mid side. If Codcaster would let me change, that would be great. Unfortunately, he doesn't. As Rahil defending that side, it's going to be Roasty who picks up the kill on the opposite side. It is going to be Mickey trying to push forward with this bomb in hand. I don't think he's going to have enough time here, as he will get knocked down, and it's going to be left to Roasty to try come up clutch. Astra takes the W just due to the clock running out there. Well played from their side, it has to be said, showing a lot of patience.
Indeed so, and from the side of Phoenix, a bit too much patience, as they needed to get that bomb down. And the biggest play there for me was Kovs. He played the perfect position, making sure he gets the bomb carrier, and then jumping down and getting another there to end the round. So from Astra's standpoint, great play from them. But if you got that sniper pick from Mickey, you need to work around that and possibly take the round too.
Absolutely. It does look like the Bravado Gaming... Oh, whoa, Nick. Whoa,
Nick.
BVD in the chat. BVD in the chat. It does look like Bravado Gaming might be watching this one just to see if they want to scout up a team to pick up later.
You never know.
Great recovery there, Nick. Great recovery. As we are currently on board with the Astra lineup, as it is going to be Hype's furthest back, as he takes a couple of shots in the face there on the far mid side. And it does look like Ollie's going to try go for a peek here on the left side. The bomb is facing towards A's. That gives you a little bit of an indication of what they're going to try to do here, but it's been very, very stalled out this game. The players are heavily relying on the sniper rifle plays here.
Exactly, and Mickey finds that one again. And the first blood is so crucial in the Search and Destroy. Gives obviously you that man advantage, and if you can work around that, get the bomb down, you're obviously on the good here. But Mickey spots Kovs on the left-hand side here. He's running that dead silence, as we can see him flash. But again, Kovs is just around the corner. Frosty does shot him down. Make that now a 3v5 situation. And at this stage, we see the bomb being planted. And this is all to fight for Astra.
Absolutely, all to fight for indeed. At the moment, it does look like Astra's going to get themselves 1, make that 2 back, as it does look like it is going to be brought down to a 3v2. Bomb is down at the moment, and Schemes currently trying to pick up that defuse. Just let me change, Codcaster. Let me change. As he does pick up the defuse there, and Phoenix pull this one back. It is currently tied up at 2 apiece.
Sometimes this game just doesn't want to work. I'm literally pressing, please change so I can see if there's a diffuse.
Yeah.
But it did come in, or it didn't. It did.
It did.
I didn't
The
even know.
diffuse came in. The diffuse 100% came in. I was also mashing away on my X button.
Yeah.
Just please change. Please let me change Codcaster. Unfortunately, not allowing us to be able to do that. However, now we should be crossing to, I believe, the attacking team, which is going to be, I believe this is Phoenix this time around. And I want to actually have a look at Frosty. He seems to be nearing close towards those first bloods time and time again, or first deaths, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
As he seemingly is the pinch player for their squad, trying to get those early first bloods.
Yeah, we can see him with the M4 in hand, rocking eyesight. But again, Mickey picking up the first bloods.
Mickey's
and
been prolific.
You really do need to capitalize on them. You can't be losing rounds after getting that first blood. And we can see now Frosty's probably going to make his way forward after that pick. And he does just that with Hypes just in the bush. He's literally aiming at him. But he can't see what we see. But we can see maybe the bomb plan's going to come down. And we a sniper shot there again. But this is definitely a round to lose. But play number 8, quickly and Ollie, or Rahil, sorry.
Oh, Rahil brings one back as Hypes will get taken down there. So at the moment, furthest back for the squad of Astra is Duro, but he gets sniped. Mickey, you absolute beast, you, as he picks up yet another sniper rifle kill for him and his team. And now it's going to be Rahil and Ollie rotating around as the bomb has been planted. Will they be able to come up clutch here? They're going to be moving as a unit, trying to make sure that they can feed off of one another at the moment. Rahil will be able to come up one. The call out gets made that Frosty is there, but Frosty says, hold the door, as he shuts down that one, as he will be able to pick up the lead here for Phoenix.
Yeah, it's all just a round for you and a round for me, and it keeps, and it's all the attacking team that looks like it's taking the dub the whole time here. But again, those snipes coming in from Mickey is really, really helping the team out.
Yeah, Mickey has been absolutely, I can't understate it. He's helped his team so much here by ensuring that they can essentially make those pushes forward. Because, you know, when you're going into the 5v5 against a defensive squad, you really have to be able to play it carefully. And just being one man up just allows you to trade. And at the moment, having a look on the attacking side, Astra looking to mix things up.
Mixing things up. Ollie has that sniper in hand now. He's trying to look for player number 4. He does spot ahead, but just a bit too slow with Roasty My Toasty. Again, picking that is Sheldon picking up that first blood again. And it keeps happening, Nick. They get the first blood, and now they just need to take the round.
I don't know who that is on the opposite side. Let me just have a look. I think it's player number 5, Roasty. My gosh. I think he just saw the glint of the sniper rifle, said, nope, I'm done. Thank you. I'm out of here. As he backed himself into a corner. And essentially now down to a 4v4. 40 seconds left on the clock at the moment. The Astra team are wrapping around. The furthest player forward Schemes. I'm not too sure about that position at the moment. Might be just checking if anybody comes across. But Kovs is going to be able to pick himself up a kill here. This needs to be some movement here from Schemes as Ollie comes up with one himself. Massive plays. The Schemes a little bit too far. But Mickey will be able to get that trade. Rahil! Oh my gosh, Rahil, you did him dirty. You did him dirty, Rahil. Oh my goodness.
This is still why we say this guy is the straightest shooter that you've ever seen in Call of Duty. We can see this replay now. Oh my goodness. Sit down, Schemes. But again, it's just Phoenix that couldn't capitalize on the first blood. And again, Kovs with just knowing, getting through the window and knowing there's someone on his right and taking out the play from
just Rahil. Oh my god, dude. Just close your eyes, chat. Just close your eyes. Oh, that was filthy. As at the moment on the attacking side, it's got to be once again Phoenix, and I can't go to anybody else other than Mickey at this point. If the Codcaster, come Codcaster.
Mickey, like at this stage, Hypes is probably thinking to himself, okay, let's say, what do I need to do? Mickey gets a hit marker, pulls out the pistol, trying to finish the kill there. And the nade does go out, but I don't think that's going to find anyone. But again, Mickey finding a kill. Now it is Schemes as well. And that is 2 down from Astra.
I've managed to do something absolutely fantastic. For all of you guys that like to do cinematic shots in Call of Duty, I've somehow glitched the Codcaster into pure cinematics. And I guess that's what we're going to leave it as at the moment as Mickey gets taken down. I'm not too sure. Hopefully it allows us to cross to somebody at this point. I'm not too sure. Well, it's not Pluto, and it's definitely not Roasty. So let's see who it is. The dead silence will get popped. As now Duro's on the back left-hand corner. will try to make his way towards him. No, he doubles back. Raheel currently holding down the... Well, it says it in his name, doesn't it? As that is where he is at. He's going to be able to get the player off the bomb side at the moment. Pluto forces his way in. Roasty's not too far behind. Actually, Roasty might be dead. I do apologize, Roasty. As there we go. Codcaster mode is finally back. And does look like...
He's just ducking and diving, but Ollie's going for the kill. And Frosty does back him up. And that's a team play, ladies and gentlemen, as Astra pulls out... Oh, not Astra, sorry. Phoenix pulling out another round there. 4-3. And Nick, does this look like I've got the prediction spot on again?
Did you say 6-4?
I did say 6-4.
Let's see. Let's see. I didn't do a prediction. I'm going to say 6-5 to Phoenix. is that cheating at this point? I think it might be.
At this point, it is.
I think it might be. All right. Let's see what Codcast allows me to do next. At the moment, there we go. We can actually jump on board with the attacking team, which is going to be Astra.
I actually want to jump on board with Hypester if you can, Nick, just for the fact I just want to see what he's doing. That is
cursed him.
That is 0 or that is 1-8. I just think it's that entry frag, but on the opposite side, I just don't know. He needs to change something and maybe just get a trade-off with his teammates at this stage.
All right, so at the moment they did manage to pull one back to bring it back to a 4v4 situation. 4-3 currently in favor of Phoenix. This is map number 2 for Search and Destroy, ladies and gentlemen. As at the moment we take a look at the map and we see quite a wide spread from this Astra Gaming team trying to force their way into the B side. But there is movement in some odd directions, I have to say. Maybe trying to catch them through rotations at the moment, as Raheel is playing himself essentially as a lurker on this far left-hand side. As Roasty is going to be able to pick himself up a kill. Covs is going to be able to trade. And it does look like Raheel's patience eventually does pay off here. However, bomb will now get picked up by Covs. The call out gets made. Hey, time to rotate. Raheel has made the moves. Ooh, Ollie!
Oh, no.
Doesn't manage to
connect. That
connect.
was such a big pick. If he could just pick that, this game is firmly in the hands of Astra. But we can see now that it is the guys from Phoenix that needs to make this play in a 2v3 situation. The timing is incredible as Ollie picks up Rose to my toasting. And that's all left to Pluto in a 1v3.
Same.
And unfortunately, does not come out on top. All squared or yet again.
Yeah, big challenges being made from... to be honest, Raheel, that was so strange. I mean, he said, you know what, I'm going to go by myself, rotate, make sure that anybody that cuts across, I'm going to try pick them off. Essentially, as soon as he came up with that pick, made the call out, rotate across back to me, the site is clear, and they push their way in. Great play there from Astra.
Indeed, so, and it just comes down to comms. Imagine how great it would be if we can get like an Astro listening with one of the teams.
Listen, I have made some plans for down the line for us to be able to get some kind of listen-ins. I don't know if they'll be sponsored just yet.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. But I can just imagine what's going through at this stage. What I can think on Astra's side, what they're saying is, listen, your hypes, maybe play back a bit, play with a teammate so you can get that trade. As Covs takes out Frosty, a good trade coming in there, and this is a 4v4.
4v4 indeed at the moment, as it does look like Schemes is just going to be holding his line of sight here. Mickey, I kind of feel like it's mandatory once again. Oh, the trophy system doing its work, of course, shutting down those grenades at a distance, currently locked in at 4 all, and with 4 players on each side, it kind of sets a good scene for us to be able to see what both of these teams are going to be able to do. Roasty comes up with a massive kill there on Lithium, and this might be the call-out. Hey, we can make rotations here. We can make rotations, and let's see if the whole team is going to be able to move across. And it does look like they might be able to push their way into that B-bomb site. The retake now becomes a question. Raheel once again coming up clutch, but Pluto's going to be able to come up with a trade. However, Mickey still on the very crucial role that he needs to be able to try pick up these rotations of the players. It is only Covs and Hypes remaining.
Yeah, and we could clearly see after that, after Phoenix got that kill on A, immediately everyone turned their attention to A. Get your ass over there, get the bomb down, and then essentially, hopefully taking the round 2v3, make that now a 2v2.
Yeah.
Hypes and Covs versus Schemes and Pluto.
20 seconds left on the clock. He goes, darts behind the bar. Covs, cod timing, my friend, has paid in your favor. They pick up essentially, what is that? Both of the players? No, Pluto. Pluto!
Ninja!
What is he going to
No!
do?
Stop him!
No, he doesn't go
No
in!
way! No!
Oh, the defuse! Astra comes up with it, and that means that your prediction has just gone
goes up.
awry.
No, how could you let that happen? But again, Nick, it comes down to Kovs has played for so long. He's got, I don't know what he's got, but I need it when it comes to playing
It's
this
the
game.
third eye. It's the third eye in the brain that talks to, I don't know what it does. It does something, but he's doing some fantastic work there as he comes up and essentially clutches when he needs to. Astra. Rahil has, by the way, Rahil, I'm sorry, I haven't given you too much attention at times because 13 and 6 being absolutely beasting. That being said, we did manage to grab him on screen with a couple of big kills throughout the game, so I won't give us too much flack for that one. At the moment, Rosie comes up with a massive kill on Lithium. My prediction still in for it, 6-5. That's what I said. It was the cheating prediction, let's be honest, but as we cross back 2, does look like it's going to be a push around the B side. As there's currently 2 players from Phoenix on A. But it's been very, very slow in terms of the build-up. As Pluto picks up 1, Phoenix in a great position in a 5v3.
Yeah, it's very repetitive in the fact that it's Phoenix coming up with that first blood, and then somehow Astra just pulls it
Out of
back.
nowhere.
Out of nowhere, with the flank either with Ollie, or it's obviously Rahil just outgunning anyone. But we can see now it is going to be Rahil making his way over to A, and the players from Phoenix is set up there.
Good luck, Ollie.
This looked like
Good
it's
luck,
gonna be
mate.
a round
Oh,
11.
Ollie, you dirty man, you. As he picks up 1 player through midair, but unfortunately, the Phoenix has risen as they get themselves to 5v5, or rather 5 all, but it is, yes, still a 5v5.
Round 11, Nick.
Round 11, we're here.
We love to see it. We
We're
love to see
here,
it.
ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Come on, chat. Before you go into this, you
Who's
need to
winning
tell
it?
us who's winning this.
Who?
Round 11.
Yeah.
Just knowing what you've seen, we're probably going to see another first blood coming in from the guys from Phoenix, and then Astra's probably going to close it out somehow. But
In a
again,
2v, let's call it 4 fashion, Astra will somehow come up
Yeah,
clutch. Who
somehow,
knows?
yeah.
But for right now, Phoenix, it has to be said, have been doing fantastic in terms of getting those first bloods. Astra at the moment have it all to do on the attacking side. Phoenix seemingly are getting a little bit aggressive there. It has to be said, if you're keeping your eye on the mini-map in terms of how they're going to be rotating across here. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you need to get a little bit of a experience in terms of watching your angles, look at the eyesights of each one of these players in terms of their arrows on the big screen. Each are watching a different angle. There's no repeats of angles. There's players watching one another's backs. If you want to take a screenshot right now in terms of a setup, there we go. As at the moment, 40 seconds left on the clock. Astra, you better get those Nikes on, ladies and gentlemen, because they've got to start making moves.
They do indeed, and I'm watching Roasty playing with his life, running from the sniper, but it looks like it is now Astra taking control of A, and looks like Roasty has given it to them. Kovs does pick up that first blood. It changed the Rahil coming in with his 14th kill, and it's now a 5v3 and a difficult retake now for Phoenix.
Absolutely huge opportunity now for Astra to hold off and try get this defense on the site. But at the moment, Mickey picks himself up 1. He brings it to a 3v3 situation. It's a reverse of what we predicted at this moment, as Astra are seemingly on the back foot, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Actually, no, it's just 1 trade as 1 player will get taken down. Just like that, it is going to be a 2v1. Rahil is left all alone here, as it's going to be schemes.
Oh,
But Rahil is too far away. This is going to be Phoenix. It is going to be 6-5 going in front. Oh no, he left it at the last second.
Why did
You've got to be kidding me. Why would he do that? What is happening? What is happening, Joy? What just happened?
No, not like this.
What just happened?
You had the round in your pocket. Frosty was looking over you and you left the bomb. No.
I can't even congratulate
No.
Rahil there. That was a throw, Phoenix, if I've ever...
No.
Choke indeed. My gosh. I'm at a loss for words at this point. I mean, when it came down to Raheel there, I was like, oh, he's too far away. They know his position. It's pretty much overs at this point.
Yes.
And
My
I'm busy, literally, right now. Guess what I'm doing? I'm changing the score because I had it. I was like, oh, this is easy. Guess what? It's going to be 1-1. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be 2-0 in favor of Astra, as they somehow out of nowhere, I don't even know how they did that. It's a scratcher. The Phoenixes, it was in their claws, and then they just let it go. They said, you know what? We prefer full reverse sweeps. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't know what that was. Maybe his controller died and he just left it. But I'm just shocked at this point. But just going back to the game itself, if you look at the scoreboard, you would think, how the hell did Astra pull this off? Because from Phoenix's standpoint on how the kills went, they were all spread out. Every guy almost went positive. Each player did their part. But if you're looking at the guys from Astra, it was Kovs and Raheel just outshining with the kills. And I don't know, maybe it was just the presence of Raheel that made Phoenix shake. I don't know.
Dude, well, after what he did a little bit earlier, I think it was like in round number 2 of Search and Destroy where he turned on the opposite number. I mean, I just brought the scorecard just so you guys can have a look, but I got to say, I think I saw one of the people in the chat at the moment. Can you imagine being in that listening of that lobby? What are you doing? What's happening? And then Raheel's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for a jog, guys. It's chilled. I've got this. Anyway,
it's just the craziest Search and Destroy, and this is what we expect. It's two powerhouses taking on each other, and you never know what comes out. But Astra taking this 2-0 series count thus far. I did say 3-1, so hopefully Phoenix can come to the party. Well, they are here. It's just Astra somehow is taking this. But again, from Phoenix's side, don't let your heads hang. You come back and fight. This reverse sweep is still on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some domination coming up next as we fly across to that map. It's going to be Hackney Yard, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to go to see who's going to be able to come out on top of this one. Hackney Yard's a very, very interesting map in terms of trying to play through those spawns on the back right-hand corner. If you find yourself there, you are essentially, you're out of luck, unfortunately, behind the blue van, as we like to call it. But when it comes down to trying to hold those lines, I think you guys are going to have a masterclass at the moment in terms of the teams that are participating to actually make this happen. The teams are currently getting themselves in the lobby. We need to make sure that we're on Codcaster mode, despite us both probably wanting to play in this one. You know, just kind of get a No, we're useless. We would have gotten knocked out almost immediately.
I mean, we could have got it in the diffuse.
I think you know what? I'll give us credit for that. I'll give us credit for that. We would have got the diffuse in at that point. You know, it's like, cool. How do you do that? You hold in one button. Chilled. I've got that. Don't worry. Yeah. But, I mean, what a series this has been so far, and it's kind of been electric. I absolutely love to be able to see this action from our COD community, you know, our crew, our community that has been there for ages, and I'm just so glad that this could happen, man. It's been absolutely sick.
It's been awesome. I can't wait to see more. We're still not done, obviously. Hopefully this goes the distance. But Nick, if you can send me an invite there, I don't think I can join just yet.
All right.
But just looking at Hackney, domination, for me, what it comes down on this map is who can secure the main flag that we think is A. So if you can have A, like you said, it depends what spawn you have. If we're going to see you spawn over at C, we're going to probably see a couple of guys going through green, hopefully take control over that, get into a possibly in the spawn of A, and then hopefully capping A, and then turn your attention to B. So the spawns, very important, and then after they'll probably turn their attention to B.
All right, so Dalray, you can you don't have to focus on your camera right now. You can go join the game. You're more than welcome to jump right in. And if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is it's been a ride. I'll say that much. It is Astra taking on Phoenix. We're down to map number 3 at the moment. Currently, somehow Astra, some witchcraft, they've managed to get a 2-0 lead up against the opposition. I don't know, maybe, You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if we heard it on Twitter or on social media or one of the players saying, you know what, my controller disconnected, just to be able to say, you know, it's probably the best excuse that you can come up with at this point.
Even if it wasn't that way, I'll still say it because it was like one of those plays. But again, Nick, you mentioned that it's witchcraft that we think right now. But again, we do say that, but it's still Astra having that. I'm going to say that it factor, pushing through when we think it's impossible, and they're making the plays. So yet again, and that's where the experience come in from your Covs, your Rahil, and your Lithium.
Yeah, I mean, we call it BMT, big match temperament, and they definitely have that. And for right now, it's time for Hackney Yard, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're ready to go from our side of things as we get ready to kick that one off. And once again, if you're just joining us, I'll throw up the scores just for you to be able to have a look. 2-0 currently in favor of Astra, whereas map number 3, it is going to be the Yard that we're going to be pushing off to. And then if Phoenix do rise from the ashes that they found themselves in this 2-0 down, it is going to be St. Petrograd, the railway, back and forth. That's where we're going to need to go. But let me just make sure with these players that they're ready to go. Does look like they are. So how about we go jump in? Let's go to the Yard.
Yeah, now, Nick, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Yeah? I need a prediction from you. What are we going to see on Domination?
Domination? It depends. Do you have a safe word for me? Ooh. All right.
So, not like that.
All right. So Domination, I think we're going to probably go with... I've got to go with Phoenix. I predicted they're going to come up 3-2 in terms of this entire series. So I can't make myself look too bad on that front. I'm going to say... Yeah. I'm going to say it's going to be a 20-point difference by the end of the game, but it's going to go in favor of Phoenix. That's as far as I'm going to leave it.
Yeah.
From your side?
So. I still think Astra's going to take this just for the fact they've been a team longer, and Domination is so team orientated. And if they can just capitalize on securing the certain home flags, as we can see, A is already contested at this point with player number 6, that is Kovs, getting on it and just neutralizing it for the time being. And a great plays from Astra already just from the start.
Yeah, Astra have been prolific, it has to be said. And to be honest, what gets me excited is that this hasn't been a typical 2-0 just yet, right? I mean, this has been a very closely fought series. And for me, that makes this just so much more exciting for the entire series. And I'm not talking about just between Phoenix and Astra. I'm talking about the entire COD community clash. And I feel that this is the storytelling of the beginning of, can the Phoenix turn this around? We're going to have to wait and see. But right now, Astra, it's looking very, very white on our screen at the moment.
That's exactly what I said, Nick. Astra with controlling A and C is so important. A lot of amateur teams, as I can put it, maybe in our community, turns their attention to B straight away, and that's not the case when it comes to this map. You need to take A, for me, regardless, being the strongest hold to have, and then rotating back and forth, as we can see with both teams here yet again. But a 22-13 lead for Astra coming in from the start, not bad at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a big play needing to be made here from Bureau as he finds himself locked down in the garage. Oh, dear. Lithium! Can you just calm down just for 2 seconds, please? As it does look like the Phoenix boys going to try and make their way in. Pluto's not going to be able to find the kill here. He's going to be trying to watch his way through that walkway. Still managed to hold down. And this is how you work cover, ladies and gentlemen. At the moment.
Just ducking and diving. As you can see him just behind the barrels there, now pushing up and not getting the kill, but he gets traded by Hypes. And we haven't spoken really too much about Hypes, but Hypes being one of he's got the it factor. He's got it all. He played SMG last season, and now he's pushing out that AR. But for this game especially, we know it's with the new update, we see more ARs than SMGs on the map.
Yeah, it's been a great retake, though, of that B side here from the Phoenix team. At the moment, they have been looking so solid in terms of how they've been pushing through as a unit. It's just the follow-through at the last that has been struggling. At the moment, it does look like Lithium will get taken out. Once again, a great hold here from Phoenix, and this is some much-needed points for them.
Indeed so, but again, Oh, not again, but really from Phoenix's side, you're biting yourself in the foot. As you can see, they made one of the guys from Astra spawn over at C while Astra still had control over A. So they're making things difficult for themselves now at this stage, because now they have to split. One half of the team needs to go to A, one half of the team needs to make the call if we're going to C or B. So they're making it difficult for themselves. Get a guy back in your spawn, making sure you want A, obviously. Get someone back at A, secure it down, and then turn your attention to B. And leave C. If you really need to go for the trip cap at the end of it, then so be.
And there we go. Raheel picks up B at the moment. They're going to be holding on the A and B sides respectively, whereas the long overextend is going to be tried to be made here, but does get shut down thanks to some great play from Lithium, who's got mid and essentially wide control at the moment. The furthest player pushed forward for Phoenix is that player number 2, which is none other than Pluto, and he's got quite a big role, quite a bit of weight on his shoulders at the moment as he gets spotted between two. Kovs needs to come up with a follow-up, and that's exactly what he does in terms of trading that out. And you'll even notice from Kovs right now, he now picks up that position of Lithium, what he was doing previously, just allowing the rest of the team to rotate through the back.
Yeah, indeed. So, and just looking at the kill feed with Frosty picking up 3 there in the hill, securing B for the meanwhile. And we can see player number 7 from Astra making his way over to B, back into mid. But a good hold coming in from Phoenix. And for me, Frosty, obviously the one outstanding player again, 12 and 10. If he can get his other players to just perform not as good, but just secure the areas, then I think they're going to pull this back.
Absolutely. I think this is still a bit of a nail biter to call. Remember, I called it as a 20-point difference. I think that might be a little too much, to be honest. As both of these teams going into the second half, it's only going to be 14 points that separate them. And the last tick will go in favor, I believe, of Astra there as they get themselves an additional point in favor. But as we swap sides now, what do you think the Phoenix team needs to focus on going into the second half?
Well, make sure firstly you have A. If you can secure A and set someone back warehouse, you are set. Make sure no one comes over from green. Make sure you have A. But they've got the bad spawns here, Nick. They need to rotate all the way over from green or through mid and can take control over A. But if they don't and they want to take C and B, they just need to take it as best of their abilities, because we all know A is the powerhouse.
Yeah, at the moment it does look like those rotations are going to try to come through here from this Phoenix team. Unfortunately, 2 players will get shut down by 1. That is none other than Lithium, who holds down the hill and has been doing a fantastic job of just creating that little bit of a nuisance for himself outside the opposition's hill.
Yeah, indeed, so jumping on board here with the Frosty. 12 and 13, the guy furthest up for his team. Player number 5 is just beneath him, but that SMG, yet again, that sub coming out to play in the hands of Frosty. Raheel picks up another one, but Frosty making his way over to mid, but he's got no one to back him up, Nick, and this is what I mean. He needs to work with someone to make this rotation over, and yet again, it's all just Astra and
Yeah, at the moment, Astra have been looking absolutely fantastic when defending these sites. Now, from the opposite side, it doesn't look like anybody's going to overextend. So a good discipline that has to be said from Phoenix at the moment, not pushing through bottom green as they hold, and it does look like they're going to face a couple of stun grenades here. Didn't have those trophy systems down in time. However, they come out with a couple of positive trades. Now it allows them to break into this B site, but it does look like the grenades allowing them to come back in. Once again, those trophy systems haven't been supporting their push. They went for utility in terms of trying to get some stuns out there, but it does look like Raheel picks himself up at 3 piece. Raheel, 27
and 9. Nick, he was just before this 3 streak, he's been on an 8, and this guy's an absolute tear, giving Phoenix no chance to get over on B. And you can see, Nick, it is so difficult for them to make this break. As you can see, player number 8, that's Hypes. He's having a field day, just sitting back, making sure no one rotates over to A. and making life easy for the rest of his team.
And once again, as we bring up this map, you can see the filtering coming through from Phoenix. They currently spawning. Oh, actually, one player spawned, I believe, on green side, as it looks like he's going to have to overextend. But there's 2 players coming from that side, and you've got essentially that overlook from player 9 and 6. That's Kovs and Rahil, respectively, inside B. And it just makes it so tricky to work your way in. At the moment, Pluto's essentially just wasting time, as he can't really do too much. He's stuck between 2.
Yeah, and you might be thinking, why the hell has Hypes this little engagements? And that's just his role. He's just sitting back, making sure no one gets in there. And you can see Ollie now jumping on board with him, obviously being Kov's brother. He's just sitting back, also now making the role, making sure no one gets that rotation in. But Roasty My Toasty taking out 4.
Shame. I think Kovs dies. I mean, Ollie dies a little inside every time when he gets referred to as Kov's brother.
Yeah,
Because, to be honest, the man has come up through the ranks and has really become a very good player in his own right. And for right now, I think these 2 brothers, they've shown their strength in terms of their communication, but so has the rest of this Astra squad. They have been looking absolutely fantastic. When it comes down to Phoenix at the moment, they look rather perplexed, but they did manage to flip it and manage to bring it in their favor. Now the question is, how well can they hold, and do they have enough time to get the points? I mean, just having a look at the maths, I think they're still going to need to try go for full domination at one point. And look at that. Who's getting sneaky? It's none other than Ollie himself coming up through the back and managed to, once again, whittle down this Phoenix attack.
Yeah, and I'm taking my hat off for Ollie. He did the play. When they made that cap Phoenix on A, he was the one just sitting back, taking 30 seconds of his time, then to only get that neutral in. And this is exactly the plays. And just mentioning Ollie, you said obviously he doesn't not like it, but being referred as his as Kov's brother, but he's putting in the time, he's putting in the effort, and you can clearly see it. He's in one of the best teams that's currently in COD, and it's now 167 to 122. It's mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
And Nick, this is a straight 3-0, not an easy 3-0, but a good 3-0 from Astra.
Absolutely. Astra have been prolific, and to be honest, if I had to start things off, I think it's a tough one between who I would award essentially my player of the match. For this one, I think it has to be between Rahil and Lithium, to be honest. They have been looking absolutely fantastic. Rahil has come up with some amazing plays, but that 12 streak a little bit earlier from Lithium cannot be written off. I want to find out in the chat, who would you say is your player of the match? Because at the moment, this match is game, set, done. It is Astra going away with the win 3-0.
Yeah, GG's Astra, and unfortunately there for Phoenix. Close, but no cigars. They need to go back to the drawing board. It's not over for them just yet, as we are still in group stages. All they need to do is clean out the little mistakes they've made. Small mistakes in that first hard win that cost them. Astra just coming to the party then, as we mentioned, Lithium coming with a 12-13 streak there on that first map. And then to that S&D, Nick, where I still lost for words. I'm not going to say anything about the S&D. It was just crazy how it ended. But this domination, for me, purely comes down to the plays that Ollie does when it comes to securing A or either C. And making sure, listen here, don't be over hasty. Just sit back and make sure that you play the best role for your team as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And the plays that I like to see him make from that side of things is, as soon as you see Phoenix getting some kind of momentum and committing all their players towards that B site, suddenly there's a little nuisance in their back, because Ollie has just committed to the A site that they have all run away from. And now he's taking that heal time, which once again frees up a little bit more time for the players to stop watching the crosses in mid-map, which allows Astra then to regain some kind of possession over the map and gain control. It's what we love to see, and that is why arguably they're the best team in the country. I mean, you might think your team's better. Who knows? You might think that Phoenix just had a bad day. But what I can definitely say from our side of things, that they provided us with a show that was very, very entertaining. I don't think 3-0 is necessarily a fair reflection of the game. Do you, Dore?
No, definitely not. That hard point could have gone either way. We saw a round 11 in Search and Destroy, And then the only domination was domination, basically, for Astra. So for Phoenix, just go back to the drawing board. It's not over. You guys can still do this. But if you're Astra, I think you're feeling happy. Maybe go over a few hard points, a few search and destroys, just for hypes, making sure you're utilizing the right manner in search and destroy. But again, from Astra, good play.
Good play, definitely from Astra. And from our side, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for game number 3 of the streams. That was essentially round number 2 of the fixture set. And Astra showing exactly what a masterclass team they are. The Phoenix has essentially fallen to the ashes compared to their game on Tuesday. And now, can they rise out of it? That is the question that remains. We'll hopefully be able to answer more from that. At the moment, we're still busy with some of our schedules of our matches for the following days, if not next week. We're going to have to wait and see. We're chatting to the teams. But other than that, from myself, Delray, any final words before we cut to an end?
Well, MVP for me must be Rahil. We've great games from him in Search and Destroy, that hard point as well in the beginning, and then ending it off with 35 and 11 in that domination. So my MVP definitely goes to Rahil. Taking nothing away from his teammates. They were just as good. But again, from my side, it was a great game to cast. It was awesome just to be back with you again, Nick. And from the cod-clash community, I can't wait to see what you guys bring for the next stream.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And from myself, Delray, thank you so much for joining me here today. And then also, thank you to all of the spectators and the supporters and those making some noise. Love to see it. Love to see you getting behind the Call of Duty community. And then to the rest of the ACGL family, love your faces. I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers.